I didn't slam the door. I didn't throw her things out. I didn't even demand an explanation. I just left. No warnings. No second chances. No dramatic goodbye. She had already made her choice, and I wasn't going to waste my time trying to understand it. That was a year ago. Now, I've moved on, built a new life, a better one, and I hadn't thought about her in months. Until today, when she showed up out of nowhere. She stood there, eyes searching mine, whispering, "I never stopped loving you." But the thing is, I had. We were together for 6 years, married for 3. I thought we had something real, something built to last. Sure, we had our ups and downs, but at the end of the day, I believed in us. I believed in her. She was my best friend, the person I could talk to about anything, the one who knew my worst days and still stood beside me. When we got married, I told myself this was it. This was my forever. And for a while, I thought she felt the same. But trust is a strange thing. You never realize how much of it you've given someone until they break it. It started small. She started working late more often. At first, I didn't think anything of it. She had always been ambitious. Then she started dressing differently. Not just for work, but all the time, like she was putting effort into being seen by someone else. The phone was the biggest change. It became glued to her hand. Notifications she used to check openly were now hidden behind a passcode. If it buzzed while we were sitting together, she'd tilt the screen away, smile at me, and change the subject. Little things, but little things add up. I asked her about it once, just casually. "Who keeps texting you this late?" She laughed, told me it was just work. "You're overthinking." That's what she said. And I wanted to believe her. I told myself I was imagining things, that I was being insecure, that I was creating problems where there weren't any. Because the alternative, that meant my marriage, the person I built my life with, was already gone. But the truth has a way of showing itself, whether you're ready for it or not. And one night, I got my answer. Not through suspicion, not through paranoia, not even through looking for it. It was just there, right in front of me. It was a regular evening. Nothing felt different. She told me she had to work late again, so I made dinner alone, watched some television, and eventually went to bed. I didn't think much of it. This had become our new normal. Then around midnight, I woke up. The house was quiet. Too quiet. No sounds of her coming in. No soft footsteps. No whispered, "I'm home." Something felt off. I reached for my phone and checked her location, not because I was the jealous type, but because I just needed to know. Her office wasn't where she was. Instead, she was at a hotel across town. My stomach dropped. My hands tightened around the phone. My mind raced with every possible explanation, every excuse, every logical reason, but deep down, I already knew the truth. I could have called her, could have asked, could have given her a chance to lie to me one more time, but I didn't. Instead, I did something I never thought I'd do. I got in my car and drove there. I sat in the parking lot for what felt like hours, just watching, waiting, trying to convince myself that this wasn't real, that she'd walk out of there alone and I'd be the fool forever doubting her. Then I saw them. She walked out first, laughing, looking happier than she had in months, and right behind her was her boss, the man she told me was just a mentor. He placed a hand on her back as they walked toward his car, talking in low voices, like they had all the time in the world. I didn't need to see anything else. I didn't need to hear their conversation. The way she leaned into him, the way she smiled, it told me everything. She wasn't mine anymore. Maybe she never was. I didn't storm over, didn't cause a scene, didn't even stay long enough to see how the night ended for them. I just turned the engine back on, drove home, and started packing. By the time she got back, I was already gone. I didn't leave a note, didn't send a text. I didn't need to. She knew what she had done, and now she was going to live with it. I checked into a hotel that night, stared at the ceiling for hours, waiting for the anger to come, waiting for the heartbreak to hit, but all I felt was numb. Like my body had already accepted what my heart refused to believe. The next morning, I filed for divorce. No arguments, No drawn-out explanations. Just paperwork. I sent a copy to her office because that's where she spent most of her time anyway. She called me that afternoon, 5 missed calls before I finally answered. "We need to talk," she said, her voice shaky. "No, we don't," I replied. She started crying, swearing it wasn't what it looked like, that she was confused, that she made a mistake. But you don't accidentally spend the night at a hotel with your boss. You don't accidentally lie for months. "I'm not angry," I told her. "I'm just done." And that was the last time we spoke. I moved to a new city, started over, new job, new apartment, new routines. The first few months were hard. There were nights when I caught myself reaching for my phone, moments where I thought about what could have been. But every time I remembered that night outside the hotel, the doubt disappeared. She had already moved on before I even knew there was something to move on from. So I did the same. Life went on. I healed. I grew. I built a life that had nothing to do with her. Then 1 year later, she found me. It had been a year. A year of silence. A year of rebuilding. A year of finally feeling like myself again. I wasn't bitter. I wasn't broken. I was just free. Then out of nowhere, she showed up. I had just finished a morning run when I saw her standing outside my building. At first, I thought I was imagining it, just some random person who happened to look like her. But when she turned and our eyes met, I knew. She had found me. She looked different. Not in the way time changes people, but in the way regret eats at them. The confidence she once carried, the arrogance of knowing she had something better, it was gone. What stood in front of me was a woman who had finally realized what she had lost. "Hey," she said, her voice softer than I remembered. "Can we talk?" I didn't answer right away, just stared at her, waiting, letting her feel the weight of the silence between us. She shifted awkwardly, tucking a strand of hair behind her ear. "I know I have no right to ask. I needed to see you." I exhaled slowly. "Why now?" She hesitated. "Because I made a mistake. I don't even know what I thought, but I do know that I ruined everything." I studied her face, searching for the woman I used to love. But she wasn't there anymore, and neither was the version of me that once would have cared. She reached out, her fingers brushing against my arm. "I never stopped loving you." I almost laughed. Not out of cruelty, but because I knew the truth. She wasn't here because she loved me. She was here because he didn't. "I forgave you a long time ago," I said, stepping back. "But not for you, for me." Her face crumbled. She opened her mouth to speak, but I didn't give her the chance. "Take care, Emily," I said. And just like that, I walked away. As I walked away, I didn't feel anger. I didn't feel sadness. I didn't feel anything at all. She stood there, watching me go, probably waiting for me to stop, to turn around, to give her some sign that there was still a chance. But there wasn't. Because the truth is, she wasn't standing outside my door because she missed me. She was standing there because she missed the version of herself that existed when she was with me. The version that felt safe, secure, wanted. But that version of her didn't exist anymore, and neither did the version of me that would have taken her back. She made her choice a long time ago, and I made mine. I didn't need closure from her. I had already given it to myself. As I stepped back into my building, something hit me. This was the ending she never expected. No yelling, no fights, no grand, emotional reunion. Just indifference. And that's the part that probably hurt her the most. Some people don't regret cheating. They regret losing their backup plan. She didn't come back because she loved me. She came back because her new life didn't turn out the way she expected. If it had, she would have never looked back. And that's why you never take them back. Because if they truly loved you, they would have never risked losing you in the first place. So, if you're waiting for someone to realize what they lost, stop. If they ever come back, just remember this. They don't miss you. They miss the way you made them feel. And that's not love. That's regret.